Northwestern brings some really unique challenges again for us. We're really pleased with our win at Illinois, and that was a tough game. And now we got to come right back again, and with what traditionally is the most difficult prep we ever have. And so we're doing what we have to do to get ready to play the Wildcats, and they've improved drastically since the last time that we played them. Reggie Hearn had just been hurt. He's going to the foul line 8 times a game. They just had a great win at Illinois. They beat Minnesota by the same scores we beat them. So we're practicing like it's the only game left in our season, and there's a lot to this. So I'm looking forward to today's practice. Yesterday was very light because of the conditions of the late arrival back from the Sunday night game, and now we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Nick, John, is Jordan going to practice today?
I don't expect that. No, I don't expect that. Based on seeing the ankle today, I do not think there's a lot of discoloration, and we'll wait and see.
So if he doesn't go today, would
he
out for the
won't
game?
play tomorrow. We'll see, but but I haven't seen him give it a try yet. So.
And if he doesn't play, who are you going to start?
I don't know yet. We're gonna have a little competition today in practice and see what we can figure out.
What kind of competition? Anything special?
We're going to try Spike Albrecht at the center and see how that works.
No, Northwestern's 1-3-1 has been giving a lot of other teams problems. Do they do anything with that a little differently than what you all do?
It's a different zone. The gaps are much different. The pressure is different, and so yeah, it does give teams problems. And we have considerable work to do against it, to be good against it, because it is not just don't go out and just throw the ball around.
At Illinois, you had a lot of rotation inside after Morgan's injury. Regardless of who starts, did you like the kind of balance you had between the three?
That was a luxury that we had in that game to be able to. And we were going to play Max anyhow because he's been playing well in practice and play with 2 big guys at times, and then because they traditionally were playing with 2 bigs. So we were really pleased at what we got out, especially out of John Horford in that particular game, because he's been working hard. He's been just looking for minutes, looking for things. And each time in his career here, when he was just about there in Hawaii last year, injury, and the same thing preseason, injury. Then he's playing injury. After the West Virginia game, he made a big difference. So I'm really pleased for him.
How has your comfort level changed with the big men from the beginning of the year to now, just based on development and practice, and obviously the health of Horford? Your comfort level, especially when you're
they're really improving, especially defensively. Both Max and Mitch, as most first-year players, and Max last year would be on the scout team, but didn't get the reps about really guarding the action that we see. He guarded us every day, and as a result, it's good for him to have this type of repetition. And then John, from the year off, it's good to have that. So Jordan Morgan really has learned to be a bit of a defensive specialist in some regard, and does a wonderful job for us. So these guys, that's the last line of defense. That's the safety in football. That's I don't know if he's the catcher, if he's the pitcher, if he's the center fielder. I don't know who he is, but it's the last line of defense. And if if everything else breaks down and he plays it poorly, you give up layups.
John, is it mainly with Jordan, the stuff that we don't see in the stat sheet? Is it just a trust with you defensively? I mean, him being in there.
You know what? He has an athleticism about him laterally that he can, when he has his mind, when he's focused really on his defense, he is incredibly good at hedging ball screens because of his athleticism. So the issue with all big men is you got to do that correctly. You'll either get in foul trouble or they'll score a basket, and you have to do it really. Have a lot of energy. You can't play. You got to play through fatigue, and you have to understand how the ref is going to call it. He does it really wonderful. I think you see far less foul trouble than we used to see.
Jennifer?
Coach, the first thing you said, or one of the first things you said when you stepped up there was, we're going to prepare like this is our last game of the season. Mm-hmm. Is part of that designed to maybe make sure your team doesn't look ahead to Indiana? And also, can you talk about maybe the notion that there will be a bit of a target on your back as number 1, and teams obviously when they come in here they want to try to beat you anyway, but just...
I'll tell you, we prepared for slippery rock like it was the last game of our season. I mean, it's the mantra we've always had here. And those guys will tell, and I've said this to this crowd before, they would know in a minute if I was thinking ahead, and I'm not, and I never have. So we, that's the only game that we have right now. And so I know for the media and everybody, anticipation of those games are big. I think it's a big game, a big night in Indiana with all those things. Because I just saw that we're going to get back at 3 in the morning or something, so I know where we're going next because I had to okay it. But it's Northwestern right now. That's it.